Hello everyone, today I'm going to be predicting Barcelona's La Liga season. We're going to predict their position, top scorer, most assists, player of the season, breakthrough player, and goals scored. I think the La Liga position speaks for itself. With Mbappe at Real Madrid, we will probably get second place. There's nothing else I really need to say. I don't think Atletico, with the signing of Julian Alvarez and maybe Conor Gallagher, will put them past Barcelona, but who knows, we could finish third, but I'm going to stick with second. Now, for the top scorer, I'm going to say Lewandowski if he stays healthy, because Hansi Flick is just going to continuously start him because of his relationship with him at Bayern Munich. I don't think we should have kept him. I don't think he should be our starting striker just because he's old and he's slow and he doesn't really have any fast threat in behind the line of their defense. But we're going to sell Vitor Roque to Saudi Arabia, so it's probably just going to be him. He'll probably score like 20, 25 goals. As long as he just stays healthy, he'll start and score the most goals. Most assists, this is where it comes in. Lamine Yamal, the GOAT, the greatest player of Barcelona right now. He will probably get most assists. It will probably be him or Gundogan. Just really depends how they play. We know how good of a passer, a crosser he is. We've seen him at the Euros. He got like 5 assists, the most in the Euros. I think it will probably be him that gets the most assists. Player of the season, also Lamine Yamal. I think he's going to rack up 15, 20 goals, about 10 assists. I don't think we should overwork him just because he was already kind of overworked last season and in the summer since he went all the way to the finals and won the Euros. I think this season is going to be the longest it's ever been. It's going to be like 60, 70 games. He cannot play. He simply cannot play every single game, every single minute. That's why we have Rafinha in there. And I really hope Rafinha gets time. I really hope we time manage very correctly, because we don't want to overwork him. We don't want a situation like Pedri coming along where we overworked him and he's just constantly injured now. I think the breakthrough player / we need him to be great is Marc Bernal or Casado, but mostly Marc Bernal, because he is really our only defensive midfielder. And that says a lot about Barcelona. He's like 21, something like that. I mean, he needs to be the breakthrough player. If we want to be successful and finish second and go far in the Champions League and maybe win some domestic trophies, he needs to play good. Because other than that, De Jong is not a defensive midfielder. We need Gundogan a little bit higher up in the middle of the field. We can't have him dropping back, even though he can play a little bit of a defensive midfielder role. But yeah, like I said, we need him to do good. We need him to help the defense a lot now because Araujo will be injured. I think also a breakthrough player could be Koundé, but it's not really a breakthrough because we know he's like one of the greatest right backs in the world right now. So now goals scored. If it's just La Liga, I think we'll score somewhere in the range of 90. I think if we want to get second, we'll need to score over 90. If we score under 90, depending how our situation is like in the back, like defensively, because like I said, we won't have Araujo for the first 2 months. Ter Stegen is just awful. Ter Stegen is absolutely awful. We're going to have to depend on Kubarsi, which he's a great player. Like I said, I think he's the best passer of the ball as a center back. However, he's young. He did win the Olympic gold medal, but he's still so unexperienced. And he will still make so many mistakes. If Araujo can make that mistake in the PSG game where he literally got a red card and literally lost us the Champions League that year, who's to say that Kubarsi, literally 10 years younger than him, will make bad decisions? It's not even bad decisions. It's just unexperienced decisions. So yeah, I think that's where I kind of line up with everything. I think we'll get second. I think the top scorer will be Lewandowski just because of his consistency. I really hope we wish we got someone else. I really do. At striker. And most assists will be Lamine Yamal. Player of the season will be Lamine Yamal. Breakthrough player has to be Marc Bernal if we want to do good. Goals scored, if it's La Liga, I say 90. If it's like overall with all the domestic cups and Champions League, I think it has to be over 100, 110, around that range. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season. I think we can either lose La Liga really early with just how slow we start, because I don't think we're going to start that fast. Our players our players don't look as well as they did in like the preseason. We did lose to what was that team? I don't know. We lost like Morocco or something like that, or Monaco, like 3-0. And we have Danny Olmo. That's something. But him playing left winger, I mean, we have like no left winger threat. He'll play like an inverted left winger. I don't hate Danny Olmo. I just wish we put the money in like a defensive midfielder, like Calvin Phillips maybe even, but I don't think Manchester City would give us Calvin Phillips unless we paid a lot of money for him, which we probably should have. And yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with Vitor Roque. There are a lot of reports that he has no idea why he wasn't played as striker for literally the beginning of the season and throughout. I don't know what Xavi had against him, and now he's not playing at all. He is a pure striker, and he wasn't even played as striker when he did get subbed on. I think in a lot of different situations, he is great. Like a lot of times last season, I thought in the Champions League, when we versed really high lines defensively, he would have been great to get in behind. I think teams are going to play really high defensive lines on us because our only real threat is going to, like, for behind the line defensively is Lamine Yamal, because Lewandowski is slow. I don't think they're going to fear Danny Olmo because he's not a pure left winger. I don't think they're going to fear him as much as they would with Nico Williams. So that's us. Pedri's hurt. He might be back like the second, third week of the season. Gundogan is 32, 33, and he's like our best midfielder, our most consistent midfielder. That tells you something. Don't rush Gavi in. I really don't want Gavi to get rushed in. I really want him to take his time. As we all know, ACL surgeries, after you tear your first ACL, it's like 50% higher of a chance that you're going to tear your other one. He's looking good. He's looking strong. And yeah, like I said, I think we're going to have to depend on our young players, academy players, as we did last season. Hansi Flick has done a great job, though, of implementing them, like Pau Victor, Marc Bernal, Casado. Marc Bernal and Casado have played really well together. I mean, last year in Barcelona's youth team, they did play together, so they do have a little bit of experience there. I think Marc Bernal was talking about how they have played really good together last year in the youth team. And yeah, defensively, I think we're okay. We'll have Balde on the left, Koundé on the right, Korbasi and Christensen in the middle. If we verse a good team, we'll probably be really shaky at the back. It's just Ter Stegen, man. It's literally just Ter Stegen. He is literally the only problem right now defensively because he is just not good. We've had him for over a decade, something like that. And he's just going worse and worse and worse. And we just refuse to get a different goalkeeper because, hey, if we get a good goalkeeper, that's not going to make any headlines. You know, Laporta, Deco, that's not going to make any headlines. If we sign a good goalkeeper, that's not going to make any headlines. No. Chelsea has 7 goalkeepers and we can't even get one. We can't even get one better one. We don't have any even we have the one that he started preseason. He did pretty decently, but yeah, who knows? But yeah, those are my predictions. Honestly, this season can be really depressing really early for Barcelona because we can be just like that out of the La Liga race. If Real Madrid win their first 10 games and we lose 3-4 games, it's probably GG's. Even though I know it's going to be a really long season, lots of injuries could happen, but still. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. That's my Barcelona predictions. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.